my first question has to be, how did you first see stepping into something where multiverses and multi-realities, things like that, come into play with the character, and then also how you would have to react differently at times because of the unknown things or the unknown portions of the story, you know?
I like that it was a take on an alternate reality show that I hadn't seen before. At the center, that you have this kind of domestic story of this couple and this long marriage, and this guy who's like having doubts and questions about his life and the choices that he's made, and he kind of explores that in the framework of a kind of multiverse or alternate reality story. So I hadn't seen it handled in that way before, and I thought that was really interesting. And in terms of responding to things that were unknown and kind of mysterious, I guess my character doesn't really, can't fathom what's actually happening. So she's just presented with a kind of the fact that her husband is acting differently and kind of erratically, and doesn't suspect that it's because it's actually not him.
Now, when it comes to this stuff, I know you've been in, so many amazing sci-fi movies. Do you tend to lend your mind to it? Do you read up on some of these things too? I mean, some people think that deja vu is a multi-reality where someone made a different choice sometimes. So, how do you kind of see a lot of those scientific things and things like this in this story?
I'm interested in science for sure. I think that the idea of dark matter is super interesting. I'm not certainly not an expert on it, but it's kind of an interesting thing to think about for sure. The fact that there's so much still in the universe that we don't understand and that we don't know about, but we know exists.
I do want to ask. I'm actually going to be watching this soon. Is that Jim Henson documentary Idea Man is coming out? I know you spoke about it. After you leave, there's always those moments where you said, "I should have said," or "I wanted to say something," or they didn't ask this question. Was there anything about Jim Henson that you thought about after you left that interview?
Uh, Not necessarily. Ron Howard, did the film and he interviewed me, and yeah, he has some good questions. I think it was a pretty thorough interview.
Oh, very cool. Last thing, I know you started very young in your career. Do you remember any specific thing that could have led you to become something different than an actor? Something that you decided, maybe you made this bus, or you decided to go after this instead of this, or your parents or something? And what would you might have been, I guess, in that same kind of vein of thought?
I asked myself that because I started working when I was really young. I was 10 when I started working, and it was kind of like influenced by really my mom kind of put me into it, and it wasn't something that I had sought out for myself. So when I was young, when I was like a young adult, I guess I kind of thought, oh, like what else might I want to do? And well, I kind of wound up here, so. Yeah, I guess I experienced that.